Karl Leverance grew up in Sweden in the late 1800s. He told this true story about his boyhood. For most folks, food was never too plentiful, our friend recalled. It was usually herring and potatoes. In the summer, the herring were fresh, and in the winter they were salted and dried. We always boiled the potatoes and ate them with the jackets on. We couldn't afford to throw the peelings away. Mother often managed to get skim milk for us also, so we were better off than many others. We did not feel sorry for ourselves. Herring and potatoes had been the food my father had grown up with, and my grandfather before him. One time when I was a boy, we went through a very hard time. My father was a tailor. I well remember seeing him sit cross-legged upon the table, as the manner was in those days, busy with his tailoring. One fall he became ill and had to take to his bed. Several weeks went by, and he grew no better. Finally, the day came when we were sitting down to the table to eat the last food in the house, with no knowledge of how we would be able to get more. We were quite a large family of still small children. With a sick husband, our mother had her hands full. At that moment, a knock was heard, and we found a stranger at the door in need of a meal and a night's lodging. Without a moment's hesitation, our mother invited him in, and we shared our last meal with this young man. It was not long before our guest noticed that father was a very sick man, and upon inquiring about my father's trade, he became thoughtful. Finally, he said, "I believe God has sent me here to help you. I too am a tailor. I see you have work stacked up here that you are unable to do. I was on my way to the next town to look for work. I believe I have found it right here. With your permission, I'll stay with you and do your tailoring for you, and care for your family until you are able to be up and do so again yourself." It was spring before father was able to be out of bed and strong enough to work. All winter, that fine young man worked industriously, sitting cross-legged upon the table as he did his careful hand tailoring. As a result, our house was warm. We were clothed, and we never lacked sufficient food. How thankful we were to God for his provision. How thankful for that large-hearted young tailor, and how thankful for a mother who would not turn a stranger away, but was willing to share our last bit of food with him. I've lived a long life now, and there is something I can say with David. I have been young, and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed baking bread. Psalm 37:25. But my God shall supply all your needs according to his riches and glory in Christ Jesus. Philippians 4:19.